All right, what's going on, guys? So by the time you guys are seeing this, it would have been released yesterday. But today, the Gate of Elidinis boss fight has come out. This is the newest killing boss. So we're going to talk about how you can go about killing it. Now, as you can see, I'm not really wearing anything that's going to help me with this fight. I have a Grace of the Elves because you can spawn Saren Spirits and more money's more better. I have a Hazelmere's because this improves your Saren Spirits and improves your drops. So again, more money is more better. And I have a Brooch of the Gods because this gives you components and you guessed it, more money is more better. I took off all of my gear to show you that you really don't need that much in order to do this. In my tool belt, I do have the level 100 pickaxe, but just use whatever pickaxe you have. Lower tier pickaxes are going to result in slower kills, but again, you don't need any crazy gear. Now, after we do a kill in this gear, I will show you what I bring just to show that, if you want to optimize, you definitely can. This is more than sufficient in order to get yourself killed. In my inventory, I have a pack yak. This pack yak is here so that you can store the cleansed statue shards, which you're going to get during the boss fight. This allows you to do a one cycle if you don't have a pack yak or don't want to do the one cycle because it feels kind of dicey or it feels like you're taking too much damage or you're not comfortable with it. You definitely don't have to. So again, the first kill I'm going to do is going to be with this gear. We're not going to summon the pack yak. We're going to do a 2 cycle. The gear I'm going to use afterwards will show you how to actually do a 1 cycle. And it's very safe, not really any risk or anything. Now, because I have a pack yak summoned, I'm actually going to store a little bit of my food in here because if I don't, then I'm not going to have enough inventory space. Okay, so yeah, we can just get right into it. I have a perfect plus potion ticking, but you do not need this. This has no effect here. I do also have super mining and extreme divination here. Super mining is going to help a little bit, and extreme divination probably helps. I don't actually know, but yeah, just letting you know. I drank these before because I was doing this a little bit before I started recording, and I don't know how to turn them off. I also have expensive spices and Excalibur because you are eating food. Expensive spices are good. Excalibur is healing, which is good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so in order to start the fight, you can click start on Ictharlan. You can also click start on the gate. The gate is really far away from anything that you want to be interacting with, so typically I just hit start on Ictharlan. He also has a pretty generous start range, so you can stand right next to this moonstone and then click start, and then you'll just start it from here. You won't like run up to him or anything. The main objective that you're doing is you want to repair the moonstone conduit first and foremost. This is free in the sense that the amount of time it takes you to build it once is not going to detract from your gathering time. So there's no reason not to do it. And you have to gather moonstone anyways in order to deal with some of the mechanics later. So first thing you should always do is repair the gate to full. Beyond that, red rocks are going to spawn. You're going to cleanse them, which that makes it so that you can mine them and get the statue pieces from them. Then you want to gather statue pieces in order to use them on the boss. Once you're ready to turn in statue pieces, you can use the special action button, which will summon these pads for you to click on. You want to click on the pads relatively quickly. There is a slight cadence to it. If you try to go too fast, it will like freeze up and you can dead click, which just really messes up your efficiency. So basically, once you start clicking on the pads, as soon as you start moving to the next one, that's when you have the clear to click on the following pad. Again, I'll show that in this kill. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this kill. The first mechanic that you're going to see is the Begone attack. This is a typeless 6,000 hit. If you're on this side of the gate where my mouse is, you will take 6,000 and you will heal the gate by 6,000. If you are on this side, you will take 1,800. The gate won't heal at all. Any typeless damage that you take during this fight will heal the gate. Now, the only exception is the residual typeless damage that you take while you're just doing the boss fight, because that is something that happens. You will just slowly drain your health over the course of the entire fight. Besides that damage, everything else will heal the gate, so you generally want to not get hit under any circumstances. This includes damage that you negate from barricade. So even if you're barricaded, you should really only be using it in order to prevent a certain amount of damage from like the residual typeless damage. You shouldn't be using it to just tank mechanics because it's going to extend the fight more than you want it to. So it's pretty much everything. I think we're just good to start the fight. I don't have a Nexus of Zemragul in order to cast a barricade, so I'm not going to have access to it. Again, you do not need barricade in order to do this fight. So yeah, let's just start it. Here, we're going to gather 25 Moonstone. You only need 15 if you're doing a 1 cycle, but we're going to do a 2 cycle here. I'm going to walk up and surge and repair this gate. And then you want to dive right here. You want to, it's like almost halfway down the point of this blue line. And then you just want to start transmuting. Hey guys, Raph from the future here. So I forgot to explain what this red debuff is, and this is kind of the core mechanic of this whole fight. Like, this is what is doing the damage to you. This red debuff is basically corruption. So every time you siphon one of these corruption shard of Elidinis, you get 1 stack of this. Every couple of seconds, I want to say it's like 2.4 seconds or something. It might be more than that, it might be less, but every couple of seconds, you're going to take 10 damage for each stack if you're on this side of the gate, which is this bottom part, or you're going to take 20 damage if you're on this side of the gate. If you're doing a 1 cycle, this is going to stack up to around 50, meaning that you're going to be taking 1,000 damage every single time. That's why we bring 5 more pieces of food when we're doing a 1 cycle. If you're not doing a 1 cycle, this will stack up to about 500, and then you'll clear it, and it'll stack up to 500 again, and then you'll clear it. That makes your food need significantly less. So yeah, I didn't explain that in the full video, so I figured I'd drop an explanation here. Once these blue boxes show up, you just want to walk exactly outside of the blue box and continue transmuting. Now, this does happen on a timer. The timer is 4 XP drops after the thing crashes. Obviously, it crashed a little bit sooner, so we don't actually get to count the 4 XP drops. But once we start siphoning this one, we will talk about it. So this is the Be Gone attack. He siphoned from all of the rocks. So we're just going to run back here. Also, this bomb thing that's coming towards us, this is because we're siphoning on this side of the gate. These rocks on this side of the gate give you 2 ore every completion. So that's why, even if you're doing a 2 cycle method, you want to siphon on this side. So now the boss is going to send out these bombs. You just want to walk outside of this. Now here, when it hits 4, it's going to summon a Soul Devourer. You just want to double click it. It goes away. The longer you let it live, the more it'll heal the gate. So you really don't want to do that. Okay, so now we use the special action button. And you're going to see these pads are going to spawn. So you see, that's kind of the cadence that you want to use on the pads. Now you want to go all the way back and stand inside this green shield. You're going to get a hit for 5k, then instantly heal to full. Once you heal to full a second time, you're good to go. So now we just rinse and repeat. We just do this side of it, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so now we're going to count here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can move. So this bomb mechanic just didn't target the crystal that I was on, which is really nice. It can target that crystal, so just be aware of that. Okay, and we're gonna do this. Also, in case it wasn't clear, every time that gold bar fills up, it's gonna like switch to a new mechanic. So that's what that gold bar is. Also, I got hit by the typeless hit. I don't really know why. Oh, you know what? It's because I let the gate like fully on charge. Don't do that. Not a good idea. But it's not a big deal. We should be able to phase this before the last gate is finished charging. Okay, so it summons 2 Ox here, so we're just going to double click them both to send them away. And then once this last rock is at half, we're going to click the special action button. This will give us enough time to finish siphoning this. And then that is a kill. So if you saw at the end, I like stepped out here before clicking on the pillars. The pillars need a line of sight, meaning that if you click on this pillar, but you're like behind one of the other ones, it won't let you dive to it. So that's why I moved the way I did. You can alleviate that by just doing the rocks in a different order. So yeah, that's Gate of Elidinis. Now I will show you the 1 cycle method. You take significantly more damage, but it's a lot faster, so why not? This was 412. Getting a 1 cycle should be around 3 minutes, usually a little bit less. Yeah, so let's get in, and then we will show the 1 cycle. So if your goal is to 1 cycle, you only need 15 shards. Again, you can gather up to like 30 pretty safely. So there's kind of no reason not to just get, 20, 25. I'm going to get 20 here, and then we'll move up. Now you will notice that I do have my barricade ready. I am going to use barricade during this fight. I'm just going to use it to tank some of the residual damage. So we're just going to siphon this. So this crashes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This will be 4, so we'll move here. Now you will see our mining is quite a bit faster just because we have all these mining buffs on. So having the buffs on definitely speeds up the kill. Not by enough that it's a massive deal. So you can also see I have these crystals on my action bar. These are here because if you click on them manually to add them to your beast of burden, it stops whatever action you're doing. Also, make sure you don't eat while you're clearing out the rocks. If you eat while you're clearing out the rocks, it will stop your action. We'll dismiss the feline, and then we'll just go to clearing this. So we'll run back now. Just wait for this to land, then go back in. And just business as usual. You can see how this typeless damage is adding up quite a bit. We are taking significantly more typeless damage. Also, be careful with the click boxes here. The click boxes are like pinpoint accurate. So you see if I hover my mouse here, it just won't register the click. So just be aware of that. So now here, I walk out and I barricade to tank this damage here. And then we're just using barricade to tank the residual damage to preserve our health bar. If we tank these hits, it will still heal the gate. So you don't want to use barricade to tank the hits. And again, once it's at half, you activate the special action button. And that is a 1 cycle. So yeah, hopefully this guide shows you how you clear the Gate of Elidinis. I think it's super simple. And one of the really nice things about this boss is that it's a non-committal boss, meaning you can just do 1 or 2 kills here or 1 or 2 kills there. You don't need an aura. You do need a familiar, but your familiars don't time while you're well logged out. So I really enjoy this boss, and I enjoy the way this boss operates. I think it's really cool. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys get some kills. Thanks guys for watching. Once I start getting some of these drops, I'll put out separate videos to evaluate all of them. I know a lot of people are interested in the new combat prayer, so I do plan on testing it with magic to see, does this combined with divine rage give magic a reason to use the normal spellbook? Same thing with melee. Once I get those drops, you'll see those videos come out. I do plan on doing this every day until I get those drops. And then I will also evaluate the skilling offhands probably together, because there's just not that much to talk about using them separately. But yeah, that's what you have to look forward to. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.